Ladies and gentlemen, I've been teasing this save for the longest time, and it's about time I get off my ass and actually do something about it. Welcome back to Pompey. Portsmouth FC it is. Now, to be honest, I kind of restarted the save about a month ago in hopes that I would actually get to it sometime quickly. However, Miami kind of took over, and I kind of wanted to get that. So I wanted to get that finished through the end of the season, so I pushed Pompey back to the back burner, and well, now here we are a month later. So I've got a very vague recollection of what actually happened. If we go to the schedule, so as you can see, we've gone through the friendly season. Everything is done. We're now into the EFL Cup first round. I actually was debating, do I bring you the League One or the EFL Cup? I might as well bring you the first professional game in charge of this team. But as you can see, overall, not too bad of a friendly season. We did lose 2-3 against Chelsea, but it's a money game. You know, this is what we were playing for, is just the money. We did get 2 in the later stage. However, we just couldn't pull that third one back. Man City, I did not play this. I actually gave it to my assistant manager to do because I just didn't want to be asked to do it, because I thought we were actually going to get our asses handed to us. And sadly, it was Sterling. But 0-1, fine, whatever, I don't care. So we're going into this Walsall game in the EFL Cup first round. We do have a problem or two. I'll get to that in a minute. Squad-wise, we've seen the squad before. It's the exact same squad that I did the beta save with. If you haven't seen the beta save, skip that and just start right here. We've got some really good potential in this team. You know, from Haji Minoga all the way up to Jack Whatmore. Whatmore. Is that right? Pretty much how you pronounce it? Eisner, I'm sad, is only on loan. I will see if I can bring him in full time or something, because he is fantastic so far. Cameron Pring has not gotten a lot of game time, I don't believe, if I remember correctly, but only 22. So on loan, we'll see what happens. Now, just so I could get into the save that much quicker, I have disabled the first transfer window, so no transfers are happening at all. We do have a couple of good players that I really am interested in, sadly, but we're going to skip it for right now. I got to go back to the old save to figure out what that dude's name was that we brought on a trial, because I really want to figure out if he was a real player and can be brought in. So he's got to be in the database somewhere. So we'll take a look and see, because he looked really fantastic from what I remember. However, Walsall today, as you can see, 5 players on international duty. That includes our first team goalkeeper, Craig McGillivray. So that's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm hoping that doesn't bite us in the backside. Attacking to cautious. Walsall is in Sky Bet League 2. We're in Sky Bet League 1. That's not a good sign. So, ladies and gents, this is the first ever team that I'm going to throw out into our very first professional league debut as a coach. Second time around. That's why it's called Pompey Reloaded. But so Turnbull comes in as a goalkeeper for McGillivray, who is on Scotland international duty. Can't do anything about it. He does come back tomorrow, I believe. So maybe he'll be in for the Wednesday the 9th matchup against, I don't even remember whom. But Pring, Nicolaisen, Whatmore, and Johnson in the back four. Close, Naylor, Cannon in the midfield. Curtis, Harness, and Hyawula up top. Now, here's the problem. I've forgotten a lot of these players. I mean, I remember a lot of these players' names. Obviously, Whatmore. How could I forget that after screwing up his name so badly? Fairly comfortable. Bring it to your own game and you win. I remember their names, but I don't remember who really stood out for me in that game, or, you know, those several games that I was actually able to play in the beta save before it crashed and took my heart with it. So I got to kind of relearn all of this. But Pring was definitely not a great header, but throw-in, but 58 seconds in, Hyawula already with a 1 up on Walsall. Pring with that throw-in to Naylor, lucky gets it. Hyawula just kind of does a karate chop, floating backwards in the air. And we did move it to, as you can see, a balance down here instead of the cautious. They are League 1. Not going to say that it's going to be easy. However, I don't really want to, and we are away from home. I just don't want to do a cautious. Naylor has a horrible shot right at Roberts. So we'll see how this one goes. I am still debating what to do with the Miami save. I do want to continue it. Now that I kind of know sort of the ins and outs of this league, of MLS, I kind of want to continue to see what happens. Naylor pinballing it as usual. Oh, that was a Could have been a very nice header, just kind of over the target, but Cameron Owens press, sure. So we'll see. I kind of want to go through the preseason, as you would call it, the end of the season, beginning next, and see kind of who I can bring in and what the money situation was, and if I don't screw up the money. That's what I'm kind of having issues with. Did I always do that? Didn't I do that? I did that. Thought I did that. Easily stolen. But we keep getting the ball back. They have horrific passes. Nurse is already injured apparently. So I don't know if I need to close him down anymore. So McDonald skirts just easily around. I don't know who that was, but Turnbull able to tip it over to the bar. And see, look, ad opposite should always press. Ignore, because I've already done that. And I've done it for 3 times. Hi, Woola. Just not your day that point. So I will say, very little has happened in that first half, minus that goal. Seems to be what FM is doing to me lately with Miami and now this. We tend to give the ball away, and or it gets stolen, or we just have a bad kick, and then they'll kick it all the way up the field to nobody except someone in blue. So Johnson, not able. That was a nice tackle, pretty much, right at the edge of the box too. So Cannon over to Close, up to Naylor, over to Pring, kind of going side to side with this. Pring crossing it in? No, out for a corner. I tried to say this earlier in the match, but it came out as awful. But Miami, I'm still debating what to do with the Miami save. I don't know if I'm going to do once a week with Miami and twice a week with this. Harness. Haiula had the exact same issue, except he was going a little faster, so I'm okay with him. You, on the other hand, kind of pissed me off. Pring at a 6-4. But Miami is kind of one of those things where I really want to get through the postseason of the first season that we just showed, as well as the preseason, and kind of see if I fully understand what's actually been going on. All the mistakes that I made at the beginning of the first season in this save, and see if I can get past that and not screw up as badly as I did before. Whether I want to do that on camera or not, I don't know, so we'll have to see. But for right now, I am concentrating on this Pompey save. So this is my absolute primary. So at least once or twice a week, it will be this, as long as I can record and do all that fun stuff. So my first ever change, please no, please no. I thought it was going to be a larger kick than that, but Lee Brown's coming in for Pring, who's not having a fantastic game. Now, if we can just remember where the sidelines are and not cross over that, that would be terrific. Haiwula, fantastic. Oh, almost getting it to Curtis and straight into that top corner. But 70 minutes in, we've only had that one goal, so we do have plenty to play for. It's by no means over yet. Haiwula, thank you for keeping this one in. Great look to Johnson. Oh, come on, guys. That last just step in the box. What did Whatmore do? I guess he stepped on him? But Nurse, still nursing that injury. Oh, thank God that was a bad shot. Come on, guys. Let's throw a demand more in there. 4-4-2s. I wish I could get like a perfect 4-4-2. Because it's just never worked for me in this FM. So Close and Brown. Brown's not doing well. Johnson's sad? Frustrated by the feedback. That's the other thing. I gotta get used to the feedback again. So Brian Morris. I don't remember how Brian Morris was. So Walsall starting it up, and there we go. There's that huge kick that they booted upfield, and then they completely lose out. Oh, that was just a little wide, but that could have been a fantastic goal right there. Holy hell. They are really putting it on. So 2 minutes left. I've made my third change. Oh, come on. What on earth were you doing there? I didn't even get to see who that was. Curtis brings it down to Naylor, gets it stolen. Lavery pinballs it off of our defense. Come on, keep it out. Thank God. I was really hoping that wouldn't be a yellow. Hialula breaking free. Those goalkeeper hands must be broken right about now. That had to have hurt. But immediately they come straight down with a free kick of their own. Thank God for Eisner, who is really doing well. That Denmark favorite of ours. You could have crossed it up though, Curtis. Hialula was right there. So, I mean, this should be the last throw of the game. It is only a 1-0 win. But, you know, hey, I will take it. Our first game back to Pompey. Oh. Well, full time. There we go. 1-0 win. Like I said, I will take it any day of the week. We do have some seriously good numbers, though. Even turned 7-0. Never had that with Robles at Miami. Except once. But damn. XG at a 116. So we slightly underperformed. 18 shots, 7 on target. So we're going to have to figure that out. But look, that climb is just fantastic. Ladies and gents, that does it for me today. Sefian FM. Next up is Colchester. I am not going to bring you that match. I do want to do the same things I always do. I'm going to bring you a couple matches forward. I do kind of want to get you into the League One. Maybe the home game against Wigan. Obviously, you know I like home games. So, but that does it for me. A good 1-0 win. I'm not sure it was good. We had some great numbers, but really, I'm hoping things progress from here on out. I'm so happy to be back at Portsmouth. Pompey! I'm hoping you guys are happy that I'm finally back. I'm sorry it took so long, but we will finally get into this, and we'll have an actually full season. So, anyway, that does it for me. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Take care, and enjoy.